All right, let me tell you about how twisted and inhumane prison is and how warped this is. So if you never watch one of my videos all the way through, make sure you watch this because you have to understand what is going on and how this thing play out. All right? Remember that. Let's go. All right, this is it, man. Let's talk. We're gonna talk about this one. This is about, you know, out west. You know, we out west on this one, right? Now, we got a youngin that, you know, is from Tray Gangsta. You know, short, stocky dude. You know, he don't bother nobody, but he about his business and he hustling and, you know, he eating off the land. Whatever come on the compound, he's hustling. You know what I mean? But he also, you know, he like to steal and, you know, because he's a gorilla. You know what I mean? He like to just take things from people and, you know, but he hustle at the same time. But, you know, he handles his own. Now, but like I said, he don't bother nobody. Then you got an old head. You got an old head from Oceanside 30s. You know, if y'all from out west, you know what I'm talking about. So this is about Tray Gangsta and Oceanside 30s. They had a clash, a run-in. Now, this is how this play out. These dudes, they couldn't stand each other. The old head and the youngin couldn't stand each other because the youngin was getting money. He always talking crap, but you know, everybody know how he is, so he do what he got to do. Now, that was the youngin. Now, the old head, he was laid back. He already served most of his time. He getting ready to go home, and you know, they chilling. They out. They out on a weight pile and they get in an argument over the weights, you know, something over, you know, who was next, who got to use the 45 plate or the 25 plate, he was next, and other people, because we got to share the weights with like 2,000 inmates, you know, and it might be about 500 on the compound and about 100 trying to use the weights. So the two of them, they get into it over the weights. So now, when they get into it over the weights, you know, whatever it was, the old head, I guess he's just tired of the crap and just being in prison and everything else. Because this is how it could get, you know. I know because I went this long stretch of doing 26 years in prison. And at times, everything used to piss me off. Everyone pissed me off in the whole nine. So, youngins, don't go to prison so you don't have to deal with this. Remember, that's the message in this. Don't go to prison. Don't break the law so you don't have to put yourself in this situation. But now, we in the joint, they get in an argument in the yard. The old head, he tall, slim, you know what I mean? He cut up because he work out, young and stocky. So they get in an argument over the weight pile. And I guess the old head had enough. He's like, man, forget this crap, you know? So the old head, you know, he goes in and, you know, he hiding like behind a pole in the unit. You know, they got the beams to hold up the building. So he hiding behind the building. He got his razor blade in his mouth, and the youngin come walking by, and he tried to slash the youngin with the razor blade. He spit it out and went to slash him. Now, when he goes to slash the youngin ducked it and kept walking, you know, and the old head, he pivots and go the other way. Now, mind you, they can't stand each other. You know, you would think normally they would have just set it off and popped it right there. But the old head really didn't want no problems, but he's tired of the crap, so he tried to take this young boy's face off. He tried to scalp him like an Indian, you know, but he missed. So the youngin didn't stop and confront it. He just kept pivoting because, you know, he already know that, you know, what he gonna do in his mind, you know. And remember, y'all never know what a person's gonna do, you know, in their mind, you know. You could think you know what they gonna do. So they both walk off in opposite directions. So everything good. They, you know, everybody watching TV, playing cards, playing chess, doing what they got to do. Next day, they go back to work out. You know what I mean? Nobody say nothing to each other, da-da-da. And, you know, they doing their thing. Mind you, they can't stand each other, but it's not a beef where either one feel threatened. But dude just tried to scalp him. You understand? So pay attention, youngins, and you old heads, too, that's out there still doing what you got to do. So now, you know, this went on for like 2 days. So the second day later, right? The second day later, dude comes and, you know, the old head coming from working out and he goes it was an evening workout. He come from an evening workout about 6:30 in the evening. So, you know, everybody, just coming back from chow, going to chow, and the doors is open and movements going on, and the old head go in the shower. Now, this is why I hate flip flops. One of the reasons I hate flip flops, and we gotta give him the gun shot. Let's give him the Tommy gun. Let's give him the Tommy gun. Yeah, I mean, let's give it to him. I hate him. I hate him. Now, when we go in the shower in the prison, we'll wear our boots or our sneakers to the shower and we'll carry our flip-flops. You see what I'm saying? We don't even walk to the shower with flip-flops in the prison. So, dude carries his, they flip-flops in the shower. But once you go in the shower, you put on your flip-flops and you take your boots and you put them on the bars so they don't get wet. Then when you're done, you come out. But now while you're in the shower, you're wearing these flip-flops because you got to wash your feet and you don't want to get all the, the semen and everything else. Dudes is in the shower masturbating and everything. So you got your flip-flops so you're not staying in the shower. Y'all paying attention because I know y'all ain't ever been there. That's why I say the game is to be sold, not told. Let's get that right. You understand? Because y'all ain't going to get the insight like this. But dude is in the shower. While he's in the shower, the youngin' runs up, right? The youngin' runs up and run in the shower while dude is in the shower in his flip-flops, and he stabs him about 15 times. Boom, 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 boom. He hits him. That wasn't 15 for you rat-troll bastards that want to say you only gave 8 boom, boom, booms. You know what I mean? Because they just look for anything to complain about because they got no content. So let me just get going with this again. So now dude is sitting there, he hits him up about 15 times in the shower. Dude comes, and he let him out. After he hit him up, he runs out the shower, and, that's the youngin' stabbed up the old dude. So the old dude comes running out the shower, and he's leaking. He got blood everywhere. You can't even tell where he was stabbed. You know what I mean? Like where the blood is coming from. Or he's just covered in blood, and he's running up out the shower, and the youngin' calmly walks out the shower, and he's soaking wet. And, of course, he got blood all on his clothes, So he come walking out, he got the knife in his hand. Dude runs downstairs, old head to the police. So when he runs to the police thing and say, oh, my God. So now he hits the deuces. You already know what the deuces is. Deuces the radio where when they push that, it go whoop, 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 whoop. And all the police from all over the compound come know that it's an emergency in the unit, and they come running the unit. Now, they also got deuces that they hit another one for when police is in the system. They go whoop, 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 whoop. And when you hear that, you already know it's problems. Get the hell out the way, because that means one of the officers is in danger and the police is coming in to crack everybody in the head that's around. But when it's the regular deuces, whoop, whoop, they just come in and, they look for what's going on and try, jump on it and take it in order. So now, when they come running in there, the youngin' is walking behind the old head with his bloody knife in his hands, and he's covered in blood from wetting him up 15 times in showers. He's pulling the knife out, blood is splattering all over him, so he got blood on his face, his hands, everything. And he got the knife, and the police said, give me the knife, and he's like, no, I'm not, and he's like, he said, I'm not getting to you till I get to the shoe, because he didn't want to give up the knife, and then somebody winds up doing something to him. So now they come in, and they had to bring in, the beanbag guns. So they come with the beanbag guns, and they shoot them all with the guns and get him down, take him, lock him up. He goes to the hole. They take the old head. He gets airlifted to the hospital. Pay attention, young. If this is what you want, go ahead. I mean, they got plenty of this for you in the prison, because I got plenty of stories. That's why I don't run out of content. You know what I mean? So now they airlift the old head to the prison, to the local hospital. So he goes to the local hospital, and they put the youngin' in the hole. And then when the old head come back from the hospital, they turn around and they put him in the cell right next to the youngin' that just stabbed him 15 times. So now they're sitting there, right? Now look how crazy this play out. So then now I winds up going to the hole for something simple. You know what I mean? It was just, just for being unique. You know what I mean? Because more time they'll just pick me up and, the things that let's say, okay, we only allowed to have like 5 books of stamps, you know what I mean, in our possession. We're allowed to have 5 books of stamps in our possession. You know what I mean? One day they caught me with like 15 books of stamps was in like a little battery box. The little boxes that the batteries come in, and they locked me up in the shoe. Dudes get locked up for having 300-400 books of stamps they get, busted for that on the compound. They give them a receipt for it and tell them they got to go to DHO to show where they got all that, and they call it excessive contraband, and they stay on the compound. But me, being that I'm unique, I had to go to the hole for 2 months for them to deal with me having a little 15 books when dudes got over 200 books, and they stay on the compound to deal with the incident, But, but I'm back there for some unique crap, right? So while I'm in the shoot, I go back there, and dude yells out, "Yo, New York, what's up?" Because first I hear the youngin' talking, and, youngin' say what's up to me, and the youngin' talking in the cell, and dude must have heard my voice. I got the distinct voice. He hears my voice, and he's like, "Yo, New York, what's up? What you back here on?" So I whisper to the dude that stabbed him the 15 times, I said, "Yo, that's old head." And he's like, "Yeah, he right next door to me." I said, "Oh, man." They could have put him on a whole nother tier to separate him, but they put him right next door to each other. So I'm talking to my other homie next to me, right? So the other homie, I said, "Yo, how they put the two of them on a tier?" He said, "Ma, that's how they do, and, everything good." I said, "Everything good?" Dude stabbed him 15 times. He's right next door to him. He can't get through the wall to get to him, so only thing he can do is hope that they slip and put the both of them in a rec cage together, but they usually have the little separatees where they put one, they got a blue star, by the Bloods, by the Crips, a red star by the Bloods, and, then they got like a green star for the ones that got to be separated, so they know how to make sure they don't put them in a cage. But more times they do it just so they can see rec, and they film it, go back, look at it in the SIS office, that's the Security Investigation Service, and they laugh at, we stabbing each other in the rec cage, having a gladiator fight, like, a cage match. But that's how they play us, right? So, youngins, y'all want this? Come on, let's go. Gunshots, let's go, line up, let's go to prison. That's what you want, right? You want to go to prison? Let's go to prison. Gunshots, you know what I mean? Let's go to prison so we can live like this. If that's what you want, you go for it. But I'm telling you, it ain't worth it. Don't do it. Get yourself a job, go to school, get a trade, do what you got to do. I wind up having to get life plus 20 and serving 26 years to become a certified electrician, certified plumber, certified HVAC and refrigeration specialist, electrician, a mechanic, culinary arts cook. I was dumb enough to go to prison to get mines on the federal government because I guess I was too cheap to, pay for it on the street. You know what I mean? Big round of applause to the prison. Round of applause to the prison for giving me my education. Calm down, y'all. Calm down. Big round of applause to the prison for giving me my education. So if you youngins want to be dumb enough to do what I did, feel free to do it. But anyway, so we up in there, and I hear the old head say, youngin, pass me, that what was it? Pass me that magazine you just got. I think it was a Smooth magazine. He said, "Let me get that Smooth magazine when you're done." He said, "All right, I got you. Send your line over." So dude sends his line over to the dude that just stabbed him 15 times. He sent the magazine over. Then they bring chow. So now they bring chow, and the youngin is on some health time. I mean, this youngin is like stocky diesel. He don't eat meat. He don't eat chicken. He don't eat none of that. So on chicken days and stuff like that, they normally sell the chicken, you know what I mean? Because like I said, everything is currency. They normally sell the chicken for like maybe 5 stamps for the chicken because they know it's a hot commodity because they ain't feeding you that much in the shoe and you can't really buy the commissary that you could buy on the compound in the shoe, right? You see the game you getting? You see the game you get at Unique Mecca Audio? Yo, make sure you subscribe at my Instagram, and my Cash App is on the screen. My name is spelled Hall, not HA, the number 1 and the L. That's the troll. So my Cash App is working. You see it on the screen. It's just HALL, just like that. All right, and make sure it says it was created in 2020. So let's get back to this, because I'm riding. I'm riding, right? So now, dude tells the police, "Yo, give my chicken." To the youngins. The police gives them the chicken, hamburger day. Yo, give my hamburger to the youngin. So now when they serve fish, the old head tell the police, "Hey, give my fish, to the youngin." You know what I mean? And and they talking and they living and everything is good. You know what I mean? Now I'm gonna give you the moral behind this. That's why I say game is to be sold, not told. See, this is the way our mind works on the inside. You know what I mean? And y'all ain't gonna understand this, so you retro bastards, put in the comments your stupid ass comments trying to put civilization's morals and principles into penitentiary morals and principles. You know what I'm saying? Now, these dudes here, they twisted. They all the way twisted. You know what I mean? They all the way twisted. So now, even though this is going on, in the prison, the way their mind was working is, for me to give a psychological analysis of this, the way their mind is working is us against them. When they on the compound and they got a beef against each other or whatever, they try and kill each other. But when we're in the shoe, now, that's the special housing unit. That's solitary confinement for those of y'all just coming to the channel. Like I said, Cash App on the screen so you can hate all you want. Now, when we're in the hole, right, the shoe, when we're back there and we realize that it's us against them because now we can't fend for ourselves, so we got to come together as a unit. So let's say, okay, the police was to come down there and they had to change the, like Mondays they'll do the towels and Wednesdays they'll do the towels and Fridays they'll do the towels and then Tuesday they change your underwear and T-shirt and socks and, so that, you get clean stuff because you can't wash the stuff yourself. So, they come around with a cart with all these rewash stuff on it. They give it out. So now the youngin' told them, yo, why y'all ain't come bring the change of underwear yet? I've been wearing the same underwear since Monday. I need to change the underwear. And the police said, I get to it when I get to it. And he said, nah, you need to get to it now. It's already 8 o'clock at night. Y'all supposed to bring it from right after 4 o'clock count. Now it's 8 o'clock. Bring me my underwears, man, so I can take my shower. I just worked out in my cell. Police said, like, I'm going to bring it when I bring it. He said, yeah, all right. So now the youngin' yelled, yo, everybody pick your stuff up off the floor. When he said pick your stuff up off the floor, everybody know what that means. He get ready flood. So he clogs the toilet up and he keeps flushing the toilet so the water overflows and it wets up the whole cell. And then everybody else on the tier that's on that, yeah, I'm going to say it and you fake rat troll bastards ain't going to understand it. Everybody else that's back there, they do the same and just flood the tier because now we're fighting together as one to get what we got coming because we can't fight by ourselves. So now the whole tier is flooded and the police got to clean up all this water. They got to make a report. They got to do all this. And that's what it is. And then they'll try and tell the orderly to come out to clean the water. You know what I mean? Because they don't want to clean the water. But sometimes when we want the orderly to come out, if they don't let the orderly out, we flood the tier and they let the orderly out to clean it. Just, I'm going to have to give you a whole one how to hold. If you want how to shoe, the mayhem that goes on in the shoe, put it in the comments and I got you. But anyway, so we back there. And they flooding it. But these two dudes, they mind is that it's us against them. So when the youngin' gets mad at something, and it's time to flood the tier or jack the slot, that's another thing in the shoe. Because I'll get into all that later. When you put your arm out the slot so the police can't close it, because they have to close all the slots before they walk off the tier. So if a police is walking down there or they bringing an inmate down, you can't reach out the cell and throw something on them or stab them through the slot or whatever. So, we all put our arm out there. That's on gangster time, and we represent each other, even the ones that was fighting with each other. You know what I mean? So let's say the Bloods and the Serenos get into something. You understand? And they all back there. If the police do something wrong, let's say to the Serenos, you know what I mean? And the Serenos is fighting for a cause that we got coming as convicts, then even the Bloods that was fighting with the Serenos on the compound would get involved and also flood or carry on whatever. But mind you, they were just trying to kill each other on the compound. You see how this mentality works? Pay attention, man. You ain't going to get no better game than this, man. You know what I mean? So now, this is what's going on. So, youngins, I don't want you to go to prison. That's why I'm telling you this. Like I said, the Cash App on the screen, hate on you won't. Call me Reverend Ike, whatever you want to call me. I don't care if it's $1. I represent because I got to buy cameras and everything else in these fly outfits. Don't I look good? And I want to thank everybody, you know what I mean, for your commissary donation. Now, so that's how we fight in prison. But these dudes' mentality is that it's us against them. They yelling and they telling jokes with each other and they saying, yo, they gonna send you all the way out to Allenwood, Pennsylvania. Because they from the West Coast, you know what I mean? One from L.A., Compton area, the other one from down San Diego, right? So they like, man, they gonna send you out to Allenwood. And I'm gonna say, yeah, they gonna send you all the way to Terry Hutt. You know what I mean? They laughing and joking and carrying on, But, this is the kind of stuff that's going on where it's no problem. Because, we in the shoe and we, you know what I mean? We try to survive under unhumane conditions that we're not used to. You understand? The mind is not used to and wasn't designed for this type of behavior.
And that's why I do my videos with the prison cell in the background so y'all understand and stay in the frame of mind of this is where I'm trying to keep you from going. I'd rather sit in the prison cell in my own home that I created to teach y'all these lessons and give y'all these wonderful stories, than sit in one of them people prison where I can't get up and go outside when I want after I'm done doing this video. Now, so, that's how that is carried on, right? So they up in the hole, and you ain't even gonna believe this. So now, out of nowhere, right? Out of nowhere, dude goes, the old head that got stabbed 15 times, right? Dude say, yo, I sent over the fish. Don't forget you got me on a hamburger and chicken day, next week. And dude said, yeah, I know. So then the old head yells out, and this was the craziest thing ever, man. Craziest thing. The old head yell out, hey, yo, youngin'. He said, yo, what's up, old head? He said, I'm gonna kill you when I catch you, right? You know what I mean? They passing food, sharing food, passing magazines, having conversations like it's over because of the conditions they in. But the old head reminds the young boy, everything we got going on in here together as a unit with us against them, remember, I'm gonna kill you when I catch you, right? You know what I mean? And the youngin said, yeah, I know, old head. You know what I mean? Now, could you imagine that? I'm laying down in my bunk, and that's what I do when I'm in the shoe. I lay down in the shoe. In the prison, we call it pressure bunk. Like a dude that's always on the bars talking crap. Like you see me telling these stories. If y'all don't like it, y'all could just change and go to another channel. But when you're in the prison, you can't change or go to another channel. You know what I mean? So what you do is you go on the joint, you tell a dude, yo, man, pressure bunk. That means you talking too much. Either press your bunk or pass the mic. Pass the mic means shut the hell up, let somebody else talk. Nigga, you been talking too much. We don't want to hear all that crap. You know what I mean? So I'm pressing my bunk, and I hear the old head say to the youngin' after, sending over the fish, because, like I said, he don't get to touch it, so it ain't like you dumb rat bastard flip-flop wearing in public clowns is thinking. You know what I mean? The police brings the tray, and before the police put in the tray, he say, nah, give my tray to such and such. You know what I mean? And he'll pass it to the next cell. He'll be like, you got that? He'd be like, yeah. So that's how you get the food. So it's not like he get the chicken in there, take it off the tray and put it on something, send it to him. Nah, he just tell the police, send it, because mind you, dude just stabbed him 15 times. So even though they living so good, he had to remind them, picture this and tell me, put in your comments. Put in the comments what do you think about this right here. The old head again said, youngin', I'm going to kill you when I catch you, right? And the youngin' said, yeah, I know. And he didn't say it sarcastically. He said it dead serious. Because the old head is still schooling the youngin', because that's how we do in the prison. The youngin' got out on him, but the old head know he deserved that because he took the argument from the weight path to the next level and tried to slice dude. You know what I mean? And dude let him get away with it. Then the old head who's supposed to know better, you know what I mean, was in the shower, 2 days later, didn't have nobody holding him down at the shower. Well, we always got somebody holding us down so nobody could come in. That's how that would have been prevented. So the youngin' says to the old head, he said, yo, old head, but you was slipping going in that shower without somebody holding you down right after you just tried to cut my neck off and scalp me with that giant razor, right? And he said, yeah, I know. You know what I mean? And they both start laughing. And he's laughing that he's slipping. And he's laughing that, he stabbed him. But they're letting each other know, even though we laughing, I'm going to kill you when I catch you, right? You know what I mean? But police bringing that chicken down. You know what I mean? But this is what go on in prison. So I just want to say, man, welcome to prison. Don't go to prison. Come to Unique Mecca Audio. Let me tell you these prison stories. I might go into some street stories this week. I feel like talking that floss shit. You know what I mean? So I might speak about, some of that flossy this week. But anyway, so that's what go on. Like I said, Cash App on the screen. I don't care if it's $1. Show some love. Help support the movement. You know what I mean? Because ain't none of this free. Like I said, Netflix, you watch their commercials. You know what I mean? Jerry Lewis have his telethon every year. PBS have their telethon. Radio stations have a telethon. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing for free in America. So don't think that you come to YouTube and now you're entitled to it for free. Where else you gonna get a story like this? A true, accurate story. But this how twisted, man. Dude said, I'm going to kill you, man. Yo, I've been on here long enough, man. Let me tap out and let y'all know, man, where it's at. You know what I mean? Let's not forget. You know, we got to let y'all know, you know, cop the book of Rowan Harlem, man. Cop the book of Rowan Harlem, you know, at roaringharlem.com. The same title as the book. Let me get it where I can get the light out of it. You know, the same title of the book, all in one word, roaringharlem.com. You get the audio book, the merchandise, whatever, and you can call me at the number on the screen. And for those of y'all that been calling the last couple of days or a week that I didn't answer that much, that's because I was on the road. I was getting certain things in order, but I do answer the phone number on the screen, and I do respond to the texts. I'm gonna spend the morning responding to the, you know, the little backed up texts that I missed while I was living my life. But that's why I say the game is to be sold, not told. Dude want to call me on the phone and talk to me on the phone for an hour and act like he don't understand that my time is valuable. I'm not putting a price on it. I don't care what you send me, but send a nigga something to show me that you respect my time. Am I saying something wrong? Let's go. All right.
Cheers, cheers, toast to the crime, toast to the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
Fresh out the can of 26, he back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in hall. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. I went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, Mecca audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was whining. Treat her like my past, she behind. Spend a couple bands on the dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a roaring uptown. They be horn uptown, Dominican bust down. Now we on the positive, you we got a lot to give. Now you trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend a ear. He started in uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community ours. So we can give back to the youth them, cause they the truth them. And bless up to all the rude